Now, let me ask you something. Do you struggle to get that club shallowed out? Do you feel like your swing is steep, you're coming over the top, and then all of a sudden you have to kind of back out of it and flip it at the bottom? Don't you wish you could get that club to be nice and shallow and in the slot from the inside, just like you see all the pros doing? Well, there's one drill that can make that really, really, really easy. And I'm gonna go over that with you step by step today. And it almost makes it impossible, if you do this drill the way that I say, to not get that club shallowed out. And the coolest thing about this is once we get it shallowed out, I'm gonna talk about how to create a really easy swing speed. So as long as you keep rotating on through, you're gonna feel like your club takes off like a slingshot coming through contact, and you get a lot more distance too. So I can't wait to share this drill with you. Let's go and get started. All right, so what we're gonna do, and you may have seen me do something similar to this before, but this is a great drill and a couple key things here. A lot of people do this drill, but they don't do it the right way. I'm gonna show you a couple key things. You follow that, you're gonna have great success with this one. So we're gonna go ahead and take our normal grip. I'm gonna slide my right hand though, down to where the half of my hand is on the grip, half of my hand is on the club shaft. So I'm really choking up there a lot. And then my left hand is just a normal grip. So I'm holding it the way I normally would. I've just split my hands apart. Now in the downswing, if I'm coming over the top or I'm getting steep, what's happening here is my right hand is wanting to push out this way. So it's my right hand dominating this. It's throwing the club this way. It's trying to, if you're looking from this angle, cast that club out a little bit. It feels very powerful. This right hand wants to hit because that's what the right hand likes to do. But in reality, what we want that thing to do is to shallow out from the inside and to save that hit through contact. That's the biggest thing that I can help you with here, is getting rid of the idea that this right hand wants to hit up here to create speed. It doesn't. This actually slows your speed down, because what you end up doing is accelerating the club too much back here, and by the time you get to impact, you have nothing left. So your club goes really, really fast, and then it slows down, and you feel like it's not in sync, it's not powerful through contact, and your contact gets all messy too. Where we get the right idea is if we can have this club shallow out, and then as I come through contact, then it's gonna accelerate and it's gonna take off through there. Let me explain exactly how that happens. So with my right hand hit swing, I'm gonna feel a couple things. Number one, I'm gonna feel my right hand tighten up and kind of push this club at the start of the swing. So you can really feel this when you split your hands, because you can tell which hand's doing what. Now my right hand wants to push out this way, and that's where that cast starts to come from. Also, my right elbow wants to start to straighten up a little bit and kind of throw that club that way. Well, what I want to have happen is if I'm looking from this down the line view, now all I have to do is separate my hands, and there's one simple fix for that. Whenever I push with my right hand or I kind of throw the club with my wrist, look how my right hand starts to come outside my left hand. All I need to do to have a great golf swing is to keep my right hand on this side of my left hand when I'm doing this drill. And that's going to get me in the slot. There's really nothing else to it other than that. I split those hands, I keep my right hand behind my left hand and all the way down. Even as I'm down here with my left hand's, or my club's parallel to the ground, I want my right hand slightly on this side of my left hand. If I'm seeing this, no good. I'm dipping the shaft early, I'm losing compression. I want to keep that right hand behind. And then from here, what's going to happen is, now where this club's inside, it's coming from the slot. If I turn back left as hard as I can, that's gonna sling the club out to the right. So as long as this club stays in the slot and stays inside, as I open my body, what happens is my hand turns the corner, and you can see how this just whips the club through contact. So as my left hand with this club inside starts to turn the corner and come back up this way, it creates a slingshot of the club. And you can see how my club is wanting to fly from the inside out through the golf ball, nice tight draw pattern, and that's all I have to do. If I want to hit it even harder, I want to make sure that I don't get stuck, then all I got to do is turn even more. You really can't get stuck from this position, because once the club's inside, the harder I turn, the more it throws the club back out front. The stuck position comes from this. My right hand gets here, and as I try to rotate forward and I pull this hand forward, the club wants to fly back that way. So that's really the key. Right hand to the inside. Now I'm in a great position. As I turn, that flings the club out and keeps it from getting stuck. If I'm here, as I turn, that flings the club in, it gets stuck, it feels like I'm a mile to the right. That's that shot that goes years to the right, way out of bounds, very, very frustrating. So again, this drill, here's what we got to do. Split hand grip. I want to keep my right hand on this side of my left hand all the way down to last parallel. Then from there, I'm going to rotate through the shot as hard as I can. As my body turns to the left, it slings the club out to the right, creating that whip-like action. So think of it like Sergio Garcia. That's exactly what he's doing there, and that's one of the reasons that year in and year out, he is head and shoulders above most of the ball strikers on the PGA Tour. But to be honest, all the guys on the PGA Tour are doing something very, very similar to this. So let's go ahead and give that a whirl here. I'm gonna hit this iron, and I'm gonna go ahead and feel like my right hand stays inside my left hand, and I'm gonna rotate like heck, and I'm still gonna get a nice little tight draw on it. There we go, hit that one well. A nice little draw, just be kind of right center of the green. If there's a green up there, I'm just sitting in the fairway. Really solid contact. Now there's another piece to this contact. I talked about how to keep that club to the inside, and as we rotate back left, it's gonna kick that club out. Now, one thing that makes this even easier and the contact even better is when I'm halfway down in my swing, I mentioned that my right hand wants to be inside my left hand, but I didn't talk much about the face. I'd actually like to have that face turned down a little bit. So now my left wrist is in a really powerful bowed position. I'm de-lofting the club, and I'm squaring up that face early. That way, as I turn left and that club kicks out, I'm guaranteed to have that nice right to left ball flight, that really compressed shot. Now I go over exactly how to do that in a video that I call the tennis racket drill, and I'm gonna play a preview of that here in a second. So all you need to do is go ahead and click the card that pops up on your screen. And if you don't see the card, don't worry about it. All you need to do is click the link down below in the description. And I'm gonna talk about exactly how you use your wrist to square up that face and hit it really, really solid. So when you pair that up with this getting in the slot like we talked about in this video, man, that's gonna get you hitting some excellent golf shots. I can't wait to share it with you. Let's go ahead and look at the tennis racket drill right now. Good player problems. We're gonna talk about shallowing that club shaft out as we're starting down, as we're doing this rotating of the face that we worked on in the last video. As we start this downswing, what you'll see with basically all of the top players is instead of coming kind of over the top and letting the hands come out away from their body, letting the club come out away from their body, again coming down steep into the ball and then having to open up, kind of fillet open the face and add loft to it. The flattening of the shaft should happen as soon as we start down. So as we start this downswing, what we want to have happening here, you can imagine that if I draw a line from the hosel of my club up through my right elbow, that's my swing plane line, my elbow plane. As I go to the top of the swing, I'm going to be slightly above that. And then as I start down, I want my hands to start to shallow out. I want the club to shallow out inside of this elbow plane. And at the same time, I'm going to be rotating.